problem, and you're not repairing that with a tyre repair kit. Hi and welcome to another episode. Today I want to talk to you about something that's quite interesting and often overlooked. I was driving the Nissan, the Leaf, which sadly now has gone back, and I got a puncture. So why aren't we getting spares anymore? Well, manufacturers will like you to believe that if they take the spare out, and this is true to an extent, if they take the spare out, the emissions are slightly lower, which is true, but what happens when you put 2 people in the car, or 3 people, or 4 people, or a couple of bags of shopping, or some luggage? So, frankly, they're having our pants down, aren't they? The truth is that the manufacturing costs for a space saver or another wheel and a tyre are expensive, and if they can take that out of the car and put the cost onto you, because you have to pay for it now if you want a spare, it's an addition, then they're making more money. That's what it comes down to. It is true about the emissions. Over 200, 300, 400,000 cars, it does make a difference on the emissions. But who's even honest about emissions these days? I've devised a plan to stop me or Kate getting stuck if this is to ever happen again. So I went and bought myself one of these. And one of these. Manufacturers expect you to get this and do this and then attach it to your tyre, and that will repair the puncture. And about 1 or 2 times out of 10 that is the case. There's also some others. There's tyre slime, which tyre slime is better than that, I can tell you, but 8 times out of 10 it doesn't work, or the object that's gone in has also come out. So the situation we had the other day, which was this, and turned into this, resulted in me buying these. Now, I'm going to make a quick video of me using this bit of kit. I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration how it works. This is a space saver. Manufacturers recommend you don't repair these, but for the purpose of this exercise, I'm going to use this tyre. I'm not going to use it for anything else. It's probably going to go to scrap. So I need to put a puncture in it. Let's do that first. Okay, so there's our puncture. So the parts in this kit are, we have a reamer, we have the insertion tool, and we have the pistol grip. And least of all, we have the bung, which is going to seal up the puncture. These need to be kept in the bag airtight because they're covered in silicone. So let's see if it works. Okay, find your 12 volt supply, get your compressor plugged in like this, and then let's get some air in it. if that fails, I've bought one of these. Now the idea of this is that I can chuck this on and use it to get myself to a tyre repair centre. And I'll tell you why I spent the money on one of these. It is because I have seen situations where owners of cars have been going about their merry way, driving along, and they get a puncture. And the first thing they know about not having a spare is going in the boot, lifting up the boot carpet and finding a lot of polystyrene with a compressor, one of those, and the tyre repair gel, one of those, in place of it. Then what they realise is they've hit a pothole, and we've got plenty of these in England, I can tell you. RAC green flag man comes along, tries to repair it, it's no good. These tyres are not in stock on the shelf in a lot of places. There's a major company in England called Quick Fit, they do stock these on the shelf. However, Quick Fit aren't open at 11 o'clock at night. So a couple of things are going to happen here. Either you're going to get recovered home, you're going to get recovered to your destination, you're going to get recovered to a tyre place and your car's going to get left in the car park overnight until the next day, all which are a massive inconvenience. What could happen is a space saver could be chucked on, you could drive to your destination, and then you could go there in your own free time the next day. So all this is trying to avoid the problems that come with not having a spare wheel. So a couple of things: if you are going to purchase one of these space savers, the PCD is 5120 and the internal bore is 64.1. Obviously you can't fit a smaller bore, but you can fit a bigger. Points to note here are the rim sizes are different on the 21 inch. They're bigger on the back than they are on the front. On the 19s they're the same size. My space saver will only fit on the back because the front caliper is so big, and I had to buy a spacer, which I think you can see in the picture just sitting on top of the wheel. That just gave me enough clearance so it spanned past the caliper. If the car's local, which it is 99% of the time, we can just go and get it and chuck it on, it's no biggie. However, if we're going on one of our road trips to France or Switzerland or Scotland, it's going in the boot and it's staying there, because the last thing I want is to be stuck on the side of the road. This whole situation with the Nissan, through nobody else's fault, it was a massive pain in the arse. Also, if you want to replace one of these, at some dealers it is 40 quid. Is that even actually a real price? I can't even believe that the manufacturers will take the piss out of you that much. It makes me angry. The space saver that I've got is slightly smaller. It's an 18 inch instead of a 19, but that's fine. A lot of manufacturers do this as a matter of course. You are allowed to put a different size rim on as a temporary measure. That changes the dynamics of the car quite a lot, especially if the rim is smaller and the car will drive differently. And please bear in mind that a Model S is a big heavy car, and driving around with something that's roughly the size of an Oreo biscuit doesn't fill me with love on a car that costs between ours at 65 grand. There's people out there with 120 grand Teslas, so just be careful with it. I hope this has helped, so maybe it'll get somebody out of a squeeze or a mess. If you can relate to it, well, let me know. If you like the video, like and subscribe. If not, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.